Hey, what is going on? I'm super excited. It's been so long. Welcome to Beautiful Start Podcast. I am your host, Antoinette, and today I am going to be talking about creating your own space, safe space, creating your own safe space. And your safe space is, to me, should be your home. You should, when you walk through the thresholds of your home, when you walk through your door, you should feel absolutely free. You should be most free in your home, doing exactly what it is that, you know what I'm saying, you want to do. You should not feel scared in your home. You understand what I'm saying? You should not feel like, oh, you gotta walk on eggshells. You gotta limit how you are. You should be the most freest. You should be the most safest. You should be the most happiest when you walk through your home, right? And now creating that for yourself, right? Because we have to be in a space where we're creating, not nothing that's really being handed to us. You feel me? And sometimes people do have to create it because there are so many people, right? Even the people that you choose to be in your life, that's going to create a chaotic situation. Just like, you know, relationships. When you think about relationships, sometimes when you're in relationships, oh, things start off as being really great. Everything is going good. And this could be ongoing for months or even years. But then the person that you chose change, or maybe the person that you chose showed their true colors because they was manipulating the situation from the start. And when that happens, what do you do? What can you really do? What are your options? Right? Because some people just will feel like, oh, well, this person is going to go back to the way they were when we first met. But if they don't go back to the way they were when you first met, what are your next options? Or what are your choices? What are you going to do? Right? Because this person has became chaotic, made your space unsafe, right? Made you in a fearful state. You're dealing with anxiety, you know, feeling like you're walking on eggshells, feeling uneasy in your own home, right? And even if this ain't your home and someone invited you into their home, into their space, then it's really up to you to create a safe space for yourself. And even if this is your home, it's up to you to eliminate those who are not creating a safe space, right? Because yourself, you should be safe wherever you are. And in your home, that's the number one place that you should feel safe and should feel at ease. You know, whether if you're going to you go into a job that is stressful, and the job don't necessarily have to be stressful. It could just been like just a little bit draining. You go to work, you do what it is that you have to do, and when you go in your home, you want to just feel like, oh my God, I could just chill and relax. You know, I could just feel my most freest. I could feel like, you know, and be in a good place, you know. But when you no longer feel like that, when that's no longer what it is, what are your options? What can you do? Do you feel stuck? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to put that on pause for a minute, and I'm going to let you guys know that on May 2nd, Friday, May 2nd, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a live virtual call for $25. And this is for the beautiful transformation, understanding self sabotaging and creating roadblocks and how to stop it. If you are interested in being a part of it, I need you to go to beautifulstartpodcast.com and click on the link Beautiful Transformation, and you can sign up. Definitely sign up before May 2nd. No one can sign up for May sign up on May 2nd, because that's when the live virtual call will be. You have until Thursday, May 1st to sign up. And it's definitely changing, because you have to definitely get out of your self sabotaging ways and creating roadblocks for yourself. Because when you think about it, right, if you're not able to create certain things for yourself that are freeing, if you're not able to get out of your own way, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you could think about relationships wise, right? Why are you choosing the wrong type of person every time? Why are you choosing to put yourself in spaces that are not safe? Those are self-sabotaging ways, right? Because at the end of the day, we all have an intuition, whether you listen to it or not. You know that voice, you know when something bad happened, you be like, oh, well, that voice told me not to do it. Or I felt intuitively not to do X, Y, and Z, but I still did it because, whatever the case may be, right? It took me a long time to really tap into my intuition. And when I reflect on it, I'm like, well, my intuition told me not to go there, not to do this, you know, and because I had so much strong belief in other people versus myself, and it was the people that I loved. Because I feel like if I love you, you know, you must be leading me in the right direction. But that's not true. That's not always true, right? There's people who have good intention, and there's people that have intentions for themselves. And sometimes their intentions may be negative or may be bad. You know what I'm saying? And don't fall in alignment with what you are. And sometimes people will pretend to be something else just to get you to do what they want you to do. And that's a fact. Whether you are older, younger, or whatever the case may be. But that's just what it is. But if you're interested in being a part of this live virtual call, definitely go to beautifulstartpodcast.com and hit that beautiful transformation button. This live virtual call is only $25, and it's only cash app payments only until I figure out how to use, these other places. And that's a fact. But it's going to be informative, because sometimes we be standing in our own way. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we be creating roadblocks for ourselves. Even though our tuition be like, girl, you need to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because with my experience, with my intuition, um, and also I've definitely sabotage in so many different ways that when I look back, I'm like, I can acknowledge it now. Like, when you educate yourself and you spend time with yourself and you kind of reflect on the things that haven't been so good, right? Because some people just feel like they are meant to suffer and that this is what it is. But sometimes you play a role in that, and sometimes you got to get yourself out of that situation. And sometimes you got to acknowledge it for yourself, because it doesn't matter what no one else says. Someone could tell you, oh, well, the sky's blue. But if you convinced that the sky is red, ain't nobody telling you no difference. It doesn't even matter. Like, that's just what it is. It don't matter what nobody else say. It really matters ultimately what you say and what you believe and how you feel and how you maneuver. through life and stuff like that. Just like when you with a partner that don't give a damn about, they don't care. They don't give a damn about you and your situation. But some people be blinded by love. Like, oh yeah, you love him, so you want to see what you want to see, right? You see what you want to see, but this person could be an absolute monster. And sometimes the person may not have been that way in the beginning, but through life experience and growth and change, people evolve into whatever it is that they are supposed to be, or evolve into whatever it is for that time being, right? Because it's like, just like the season just drastically changed into spring. Now you know it's going to be summer in any moment. Now summer's going to be hitting us like boom, you feel me? It's going to be hitting us straight like that. It's gonna be hitting us. The seasons change, everything changed. Like when I go into my community, or let me step it further. When I go into my community when I was raised up as a child, right? It used to be this major places in the area where I was raised. Fordham Road. Fordham Road, anybody that's from the Bronx, y'all already know Fordham Road was that place where you go to get your get your shopping on. I remember before I had went on like this little vacation to go to a relative home for the summer or whatever, and my mom's gave me a little bit of money. I think she gave me like $8. I was able to go, even though I bought stuff that was just like, girl, where's you going? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a young girl, and the influences I got was off of TV. So, of course, you see women that's wearing risky outfits, you want to wear that same shit. But I was able to go there with $8 and get like a whole bunch of stuff. Now, um, I think that store is still there. Like, I remember going to Bon Benny's, Easy Pickings. Like, anybody who's like old, you know what I'm saying, that's from New York City, y'all already know about these spots. Easy Pickings was like, yo, that was the spot. So I used to, like, when she gave me the money, I used to get like, you could get a pair of shoes and some little outfits or whatever like that. But I bought a whole lot of risky outfits. But then I was thinking about the climate, you know, I was in, and you just think about like how people represent you on the TV or whatever it is, because that's not really what reality is. But at that time, if you don't have like an older person like sitting down teaching you, not yelling at you, not screaming at you, not beating you, but actually communicating to you effectively, and having a relationship with you. Because relationships really matter. They really matter. Like the way someone communicate with you and how you relate. Like, because how some people, some kids, they can't relate to their parents, but they relate to their peers and the people that they are close to and they have friends with. I mean, that they are friends with, but it's a form of communication where you have, like, parents and stuff that are telling you things, right? And they could tell you things from a place of love, or maybe some people don't have that relationship where you have any communication. Sometimes it just be like, oh, I give you a roof over your head. I give you, money. I essentially take care of you, but there's no relationship involved. And a lot of people can identify with coming from that, right? And some people cannot identify with that. When I was young growing up, I felt like the relationship that I had with my parent, um, that everyone else had that relationship, but as I got older, I realized that no, people are different. You know what I'm saying? People been raised differently. And it was just like an eye opener, right? Because when you're young, you're just so impressionable and you're young. You know, that's why when there's people out there who um do like this cult shit, like, you know, where they want followers, and you know they go through manipulation tactics, right? Because some people don't want to really admit that those things even exist. You know, like, it's people out there that they have an intention and they need people, and they're going to pretend to be something that they're not, just to get these people on board with their mission or whatever it is that they want. You know, straight up manipulators, actors, pretenders. You know, someone will pretend to be in a relationship with you, act like they can't love you, just to get some draws, get them draws down. You know, get you to do things that are indecent just for their gratification. There's people out there for that. And that's why sometimes, you know, you got to be a little bit wise in what you choose to do. And most importantly, being intentional with whatever it is that you want. You know, and I'm here to say, like, yeah, nobody's perfect. Like, we're not perfect, right? Because you can only do how someone else raised you, right? If someone raised you to be a grimy ass person, then that's what you're going to be, a grimy ass person, unless your intuition kicking on, unless you have your own awakening and say, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes someone could be telling you some shit, and your intuition or your feeling, your vibes would be like, nah, this ain't what it is. Or if you are a person that advocate for yourself and has strong opinions and views, and you like to ask questions, you're going to, you know, uh address that. You're going to ask questions. You're going to combat that. You're not going to just easily fold and give in. But there's some people out there that's not combative, that doesn't have any confrontational issues, that feel like, oh, whatever people say that they right or whatever, and they're gonna fucking do it, and they're not going to question that, because they love you and they trust you, and they feel like, oh yeah, older people have authoritative stance, so whatever it is that they say, it has to be right. But meanwhile, what they telling you to do could lead you to a path of destruction, and a path of self-sabotaging, and a path that could lead you straight to an institution like jail, prison, you know, where you can't even, you know, uh, where you don't have no choice, no freedom, none of that. You feel what I'm saying? And when you think about stuff like that, it becomes real, because life is real. And what I realize is life is is short. Like, even though it could be hella long, you be like, God damn, this shit is long. But then before you know it, the shit could be so short, and it could be just, that's it. That is it. Life is going so fast. And with the rate that it's going, why should you suffer? Why should you put yourself in a position where you're not safe, right? Creating your own safe space. When you walk through the threshold of your home, you should feel an immediately, you know, sense of peace. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, if you're not free nowhere else, you should feel free. The most free is in your home, and create a nice space, or a space that's where, you know, this is what you want, and it's not dictated by anybody else, right? Because people love to dictate how your life is going to be, or what you're going to do. But it's your life, and you live your life how you want to live it, right? You live your life how you want to live it, right? But here's the thing, right? But if you sad, if you depressed, if you always feel not good, you're unhappy, things are not going good, you're in a relationship that you no longer want to be in, where you're being verbally and physically abused, where things are not working out, in your favor, and you're not getting nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? Where you feel like you gotta be an actor in your home, right? Because I get it. Like, people gotta be actors outside of their home, right? You go to work, you go to school. You know what I'm saying? You have to do these internship, external ships. You gotta do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Playing a role and shit, right? Or for the most part, effectively doing your position, right? But when you go home, it's like, I knew this woman. Um, she had a very, very stressful job, right? And she created her home. Her home was pink. Everything was pink. Everything was pink. When I tell you everything was pink, I don't even know how she got homemade furniture that was pink. Like, she just absolutely loved the color of pink. Her kitchen was pink. Her living room was pink. Her bedroom was pink. When she came in, the home smelled fresh. You know what I'm saying? It smelled like roses or flowers or something like that, right? Her home was immaculate. It was absolutely extremely clean. You feel me? Now, some of us, we struggle with the clean shit, but her house was extremely clean, when I tell you. And when she came in, she left that hat at the door for work. She didn't bring that into her home. It was just like, because some of us wear so many different hats, so many different hats, so many different personalities, so many different things that are going on, right? And she left it at the door, you know? She walked into herself, how she wanted to be, how she wanted her home to be, right? And she had a routine. Soon as she got into the home, she went into the shower, washed up, got, what I'm saying, put on the clothes that she liked to wear personally, and the job, the school, or anything outside of the home didn't even exist no more, right? And it was just like this space where she felt free, a space where she felt good, a space where she was safe, because like when you walk out of your house, you don't know what's going to happen. It immediately places you at risk a little bit when you think about it. Like, getting on a damn bus and the train sometimes, or even driving, because it's like, it's people out there that have so much road rage. That is ridiculous. Like, you have road rage so bad that you want to follow and chase somebody. It was um this person who decided to go out her way to chase someone on the highway. I don't really remember how it kind of like originated, but the end result was this woman was chasing this person. Oh shit. Wait, hold up. Oh boy, I'm sorry. This woman was chasing uh why is it doing that? Like, this woman was chasing this person, and the guy ended up crashing. And while he was on the phone with police, letting him know what's going on, um, he ended up crashing. He definitely ended up um crashing, and it's just so like sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you allow yourself to get into a place where you are so out of control, so under the influence, and that you can't even think straight? And there's some people out there who they not under the influence, and they get into road rage situations, and it has a drastic ending. So it's like, how can you really be safe, right? But when you go through your home, you create that safe space for yourself. And I feel like your home should be the most peacefulest place ever. Whether you have a small home, a big home, you know, you just be in a peaceful state and you just feel good, right? But you have to create that for yourself, right? If you feel like, yeah, right, because it doesn't even have to. Sometimes it can be a safe space, right, in your home, right? Sometimes your home could be so chaotic, and it doesn't have to be a negative chaotic, right? Sometimes it could be so many people in your house, so much noise, so much stuff, and then you create a little space where you go, like you have a walk-in closet, and your pieces going into that walk-in closet and just sitting there and meditating or something, or going in the bathroom and you get in a tub and you light your little candles and you have a little 10-15 minute bath experience that frees you or make you feel good, right? Because think about it, not everyone has households where it's just a handful of people, where it's just one or three people. Sometimes you go into households and it's like 10 people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, it's a dangerous place. It could just be like, it's just a lot of people and everyone wants your attention and they demand your time, which is expected with family. And that's what it is, right? But sometimes you want time to yourself, and sometimes you create that little space where you take baths, right? You talking about like just creating some time and energy for yourself, right? But even if you have a lot of people in your household, it still should be a safe space where no one is their life is not in danger. Where some one person is trying to dictate the home and making running everyone ratchet. I mean, not ratchet, but um, putting everyone in danger. It shouldn't be that. Absolutely not. No, no, ma'am. Absolutely not. And some people just want it to be like a space where it's dangerous and it's not good. And it's like, no, creating a safe space, your own safe space, and and that's what it is, right? The way you create your own safe space is to creating like a path for yourself, right? Because we have the ability to live whatever life that we want to have. And honestly, I believe that it's our birthright to do so. Some people make other people feel or think that they don't deserve to have whatever it is that they want out of life, and even go to the extent of creating false stumbling blocks, trying to make you feel bad for wanting something different or talking you down, right? Because at the end of the day, like we have our own path, and you shouldn't allow other people to create these narratives, create these roadblocks, or making you feel bad for wanting something different, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like if you don't want no longer want the chaos or something like that. When you say to yourself like, this doesn't feel right. I don't feel safe in this space. So I'm going to create something different for myself. And you shouldn't allow people to make you feel bad for wanting something else. Because that's just point blank what it is. It's like, yo, boom. I want something else. This is what it is. This is exactly what it is. And I'm not going to allow anybody to interfere. Mm-hmm. I had me some water. So, yeah, that's why I'm going in between like drinking and shit. I like to stay hydrated. Anybody that's been talking for a while, like, know what it is. You know, you know, it's going to be a situation where your mouth dries up and you need some water. Um, so that's what it is. You know, but like creating your own thing, your own path, creating your own space. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, it's your life, right? It's your life, and you say what you want to do with it. Even though there's people out there that try to convince you, like, oh no, you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. This is wrong, whatever. That's not always the case. Mm-mm. Sometimes you have to, you know, eliminate people trying to prevent you from doing what you want to do. And some people just like blindly do it because, like, at the end of the day, it's your life and you could choose what you want to happen or which direction you want to go in. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of anything, if you say to yourself that you want to have a more happy life, then you start doing the things that's going to make you happy. Straight like that. Like, 'cause there's a lot of people that's walking around that's miserable and sad and depressed and not in a good state. And because they don't feel good about themselves, they want to, make other people's lives miserable. They want to make people's lives miserable and you know, cause all these issues. You know what I'm saying? And, you have to figure out what's going to make you happy and go after it. But it's not up to anybody else to make you happy. It's your choice to create whatever the path you want to be on, you know, or at least going on a path that you want to, you know what I'm saying, that you want. And, some people feel like, once they get in a relationship, this person has to make you happy. But you have to be able to be happy on your own. That's what people don't really figure out. Like, yeah, you know, relationships are great. It's great to have someone that's there for you, someone you could depend on. You know what I'm saying? Someone that could, make you happy in other places. You feel what I'm saying? Making things a little bit more spicy. But, it's ultimately not up to them to, you know, make you who you are, make you happy, whatever case may be. It's great to have those things, but if you're not happy on your own, like, what's really good? Like, you feel me? Like, sometimes you just gotta be in a space where you feel good and you feel happy. But that's not always the case. And sometimes you have to get down to the itty gritty shit. hmm I honestly wish I would have got ice. I'm gonna put you guys on hold to get ice, but I'm like, nah. I wish I would have put some ice in this. I want some ice. I got this little ice tray, and it's like the old school ice tray with the big ass ice cubes. I was gonna get the ones on Amazon, and I went to Marshalls, but I was like, nah, I don't want no damn hospital ice. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, like, yo, the hospital ice cubes is perfect because they small, they good. You could eat them, chew them, whatever. But when you go to the store, I'm not paying $20 for no damn ice cube thing. Ice cube maker, B. I get me a little ice cube maker for like $1. Boom. They give you the OD big one or whatever, but you just gotta kind of like whenever you make ice cubes, you gotta put them in like inside the freezer, take them out of the thing, and then remake them. Like keep making it like that, so you can always have ice on hand. And whether you put it in a bag or you have like a special department for the ice for all the people out there who don't have the smart refrigerators. Not everyone has the smart refrigerators. Some of us have them white ass old ass, you know what I'm saying, residential building, project building refrigerators. You know what I'm saying? You fortunate to have like, you know, a smart refrigerator where you could get the ice. Even if you don't have a smart refrigerator, they always had the little ice machine on there or whatever. But the little ice trays or whatever, I'm like, I'm not trying to pay $30 for no damn ice tray. But you know, they have like cheap ice trays, but I'm like, it's not a luxury. But people feel like, oh yeah, your ice trays gotta be X, Y, and Z or whatever. I'm like, it's just ice. Come on now, like what we talking about here? Talking about ice trays and ice. But I wanted to go get ice, so that's why I brought it up. But you know, obviously, it's some other shit that stemmed with it that I brought to the forefront because you know, I I'm not trying to buy. You know what I'm saying? A freaking ice tray that costs $30 for some damn cubes that smell like that hospital ice cubes. Right? Some people love them them little small ones, and they can eat it. I'm like, we got them old school industrialized big ass ice cubes. That's what we got going on. But I want some more ice, but I'm like, I would have to put you guys on hold to get some ice. Word. But I'm like, should I do that? Oh, well, before I do anything, I'm going to invite you all to be a part of the live virtual call that's on Friday, May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 30 minutes. This live virtual call is called Beautiful Transformation, Understanding Self-Sabotaging and Creating Roadblocks and How to Stop It. Right? This live virtual call does cost $25, and at the moment, I'm only accepting Cash App payments. That's what it is. I'm only accepting Cash App payments, as you can see on your screen, right? Because I forgot that I could really control the screen. Because it's just been like so long, like with me utilizing this. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go live more. But anyway, go to beautifulstartpodcast.com and click Beautiful Transformation and sign up. $25. $25 is, what's that, sandwich? I don't know. You know, before it used to be a nail set. Like I could used to get my nails done for $25. I mean, like talking about when I was growing up, I used to get like the acrylic nails, and then they used to do the airbrush designs. They don't do airbrush designs anymore. They used to do airbrush, and they used to do like regular stuff, but I don't know what they got going on. Cause when I go to the nail salon, I always get like a manicure or whatever. If I want nails, hmm, cause last time I got my nails done, I didn't like the way they was like super soft. Like after you take the nails off, they be super soft, but they so beautiful and nice. So beautiful and nice. When I tell you they are nice, like it's nice. Um, I used to do like the curved nails growing up. That was a big thing. Curved duck nails, right? They wasn't called duck nails. It was just regular nails. It wasn't like, probably like big ass duck nails, but they was definitely curved. Now it's a different era. So they wear their long nails different. But what I realized is that because what the fuck happened? I'm just realizing something shit. Oh shit, hold on. Wait. What the hell? This is so weird. Oh shit. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I'm over here looking at this. Cause I'm like, I thought the mic was cutting off when I clicked it. So that's why I flipped it. I kept clicking it from this to that. I'm like, what the hell? Because I could see the mic going with this. Anyway, I had to flip it. It's only a one woman show. Like, not that many people, like, not people at all with this. Like, I do everything on my own. So, like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait, hold on. Because I'm looking at the mic. Because I'm like, on this one, it's like just the regular Beautiful Start podcast. The road showing up, popping up. It's not showing like the mic on my end, but when I have it here where you see the actual beautiful transformation, the live virtual call that I have coming up, you could actually see the mic doing what it does. But the other one you couldn't see it, so that's why I kind of went back and forth to see it. But it's actually because it's a bigger screen, it's just weird. Anyway, once Beautiful Star podcast become very bigger, which it is, I don't know how long that's gonna take. Then I have someone else to deal with this issue right here and I could just go live. It's not really an issue, but anyway, I want all of you guys to sign up for a beautiful transformation, understanding self-sabotaging and creating roadblocks and how to stop it. This will be Friday, May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? And it's supposed to be a minimum of 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, 30 minutes. These 30 minutes are definitely life changing. Um, definitely life changing. $25. That's you know, you could buy a meal with that. You know, and this right here, I mean, $25. It's not breaking the bank. It's not like it's 250. It's only $25. And I was talking about like my nails and shit. I've been going to get like manicures and stuff like that, but as far as doing the whole set, now you don't have to do like the whole acrylic. I think you do some. They have other stuff, but I don't know. My main focus to me is always like to get my feet done and shit or whatever. Like it's always that thing like to get my feet done or whatever like that. But as far as getting my nails did, I don't know. I don't like as far as doing the acrylic and the full set. I don't know. I think I passed that phase because I don't like that soft. Like what I'm saying, your nails be all soft and you could bend it. Oh my god! I remember I had got a set on my nails. They put the acrylic. They did all that stuff. When I took it off, it felt like my nails were so thin. It's just I hated that feeling. Like it just didn't feel good. So I'm like, if I could get like tips or whatever like that, where it's like my nails are not being super thin, they're not looking all funny and weird and shit like that, then I'll fuck with it. But other than that, mm-mm. I'd rather have my regular nails. Some people, they don't really care about that shit. They just going about their business. But for me, I'm like I get my feet done, but my nails, it's just got to be a certain situation. I don't want my nails to be fucked up, like where I take them off and they just feel like I'm in pain, like, cause I'm like I don't want to do nothing where I'm gonna be in pain. Like, come on now, that doesn't make sense. Just for what? A man? I seen men, what I'm saying, mess with women that's not even that don't get their nails done, don't get their feet done, their feet all crusty. They ain't got shit, but they got a fat ass PUSSY. You feel me? I'm just saying, like, it's not that serious. If I want to do something for myself, I do it for myself. But some women they do things on account to attract a man. I'm like, these guys, they don't got no damn type. They don't have no damn standards, none of that stuff. I'm just saying. But I don't know, like I'm definitely gonna find something because I the long nails do look cute and sexy. I like it, but I just don't want that. When you take them off, your nails feel like you're in pain. I don't want that experience. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just get some press on nails, put them on, boom. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. I see some people out there who actually make the press on nails and they be acrylic and all they have to do is just follow the direction of what it is and their nails don't be like that soft brittle shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just, at least for me, I don't know nobody else's experience. I only could talk from myself and my experience because some people may say, oh, well, I never experienced that. Like when I take them off, my nails are regular, but not with me. That's not my experience. See, I only could talk from my experience. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Unless people will come out there and bring something else up. It is what it is, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Hmm. But yeah, that's what it is. I'm still drinking this water. I'm gonna get some ice. Yesterday was like a good freaking day, son. Here I go, still saying son. Do people still use that slang? I be like, I be in this thing where I have to look at the Urban Dictionary. Like, I'm at that age where I be like, yo, the Urban Dictionary is popping. Like, word. Like, I be using old slang from the 90s. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I still feel the same. Like, people not going to sit there and tell you, like, damn, you going to get older and you feel the same. They don't say that. Like when I was young, I used to feel like, yo, you get older, you get wiser, things change. Like, yo, I feel the same. But if it wasn't really for my maturity level or the things that I have learned throughout my experiences and throughout, you know, my education or different books that I have read, that I've made a conscious decision to be a certain type of way or to have certain values and standards. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, sometimes I be tapping into like just regular shit. Like, I don't know, like I may not be on this platform so much, but I have another platform where I talk about dreams and stuff like that, right? Because I like those are the things that I'm interested in, whether it's dreams and astral travel and different things like that. I like to read on things like that, and that's what interests me, right? But this right here also interests me as well, right? But what I've noticed is that I've gotten older, and there's a certain aspect of myself or my mind that's just like regular, like where sometimes I be live and I just be using old slang, right? It is what it is, old New York slang. But it's certain things where I had to really tap into, like the Urban Dictionary to figure out when I'm watching certain things or when I'm in a community talking or doing things. I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, what are they saying here? Like, some of the stuff be like, wait, hold on. What did you just say? Like, sometimes I be having to pull out the Urban Dictionary. Like, all right, okay. Like, in a time or what in present moment in that time, I be just regular, like, But then sometimes I be like, well, what the hell did this person just say? And I just realized it makes me have a like little flashback to when I was young and experiencing life. And it's always important for young people to have their own language and how they communicate with each other, right? And that's important, right? But as you get older and you're not really and thrive with that lifestyle, or you know what I'm saying, where you don't have that much interact well, I don't want to say I don't have that much interaction because that's a lie. Clearly that's a lie. But as far as utilizing the language, right? Because that's important, right? Because sometimes people may want to demonize teenagers, young adults, because it's important for them to have their own lane, their own language, and how they communicate with one another. And it's just what it is, right? But I never want to be in a space where I cannot relate, right? Because I just feel like sometimes, sometimes I'd be like, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. You feel me? Nothing is new, or whatever the case may be. Nothing is new under the sun. That's a saying. Nothing is new under the sun. Everything is like, really what it is. But as far as I'm gonna be 42 on my birthday, like real talk. And I really don't feel no type of way about that shit, but I feel the same. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm being my authentic and being honest. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like you just maneuvering through life and you just like the same. Like, I don't think older women or older people in general really talks about how, yeah, your body ages, but sometimes you just feel a little bit aspect of yourself outside of the things that you have learned or acquired. Sometimes you just feel like yourself. You just feel like, and that's why I'm like, I be saying old slang, but there's like new slang. It's weird. But back to standard English. Let me stop. Sometimes I be feeling like that, like I just have to express myself. But sometimes when I do be communicating with some people, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like sometimes it comes up like that because it's just like, is street language. Like people don't talk like, well, you know what I'm saying? That's not like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're not like in the streets like that, how would you really know? Like, is it like some type of universal language? It is what it is. But I had to open up the Urban Dictionary a couple of times. Like, what the hell? Because in the moment you just regular talking and shit, and then you like, wait, this person just said X, Y, and Z. Like, what the hell? You know, what the hell's going on? You be like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Unless you just hip to it. I don't know. I'm not on TikTok and none of that stuff. Maybe I should go on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok at all. I'm not. The only place that I'm on these days, or like when I actively post, I feel like YouTube is a place that I be on. And then I have my website, beautifulstartpodcast.com. Of course, like the Instagram and Facebook, but those are kind of like old social media. So the new stuff is just like, And then when I come online, I practically come online and post. Rarely do, like sometimes I do be online and watch people, but for the most part, I be in regular life. You know what I'm saying? And living my life. So I don't know. It's gonna be a point where I don't even pick up my phone. Like it's gonna be that serious for me. I don't know necessarily how it is gonna be for other people or whatever the case may be, but I don't. I don't know. It's just like the way things are going. I just feel like I want to just revert back to what I know, right? And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, we didn't have none of this stuff. You feel me? But you don't have none of this stuff, but then you more active in your community, like as far as meeting people and most of the people. But it's like I just feel like some of this stuff is just like some of the stuff is just weird to me. Like the things that people are doing online is freaking weird. Like even some of the stuff that's going on in real life is just weird. Like I don't know. Like I feel like it's a lot of toxicity. Um, like as far as Like, how the hell are you gonna have a safe space and everything that you stand for is toxicity? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just weird to me. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I just feel like some people be creating this toxic space for themselves. That's just, it's not gonna be beneficial in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are not perfect. People are sometimes meant to learn from their experiences and stuff like that. But if you learn from your experience and you keep on doing the same damn thing, what do you think you're going to be getting out of it? Right? But at the end of the day, that's a personal choice. I'm not going to argue with nobody with how they live their life. If you want to live your life the way you want to live your life, go ahead. But I just feel like sometimes uh, you could clearly see that someone is creating a path that is destructive. You know what I'm saying? Where they are self sabotaging and they creating roadblocks for themselves and putting them in effed up situations. Like, how the hell, like, you gonna have a situation where you're being warned? Your intuition is letting you know, like, oh damn, this ain't right, this don't feel right, or something is pounding on, like, at least for me, right? Because these are experiences, like, I have had experiences where I had to sit back and be like, oh wow, like, to see certain things play out, right? Because you could have someone that has to be deceptive and come to you and be like, oh well, um try to, like, meet you where you are, manipulate you, get you to feel some certain type of way so that they could get a reaction or a response out of you because of whatever the case may be, right? That's just what it is, right? And but at the end of the day, your intuition is speaking with you, and your intuition like, oh, just leave that situation alone, go on, do what exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you feel strongly to do the opposite, but then you don't even listen to that. I can hear the birds chirping. They are really loud outside. Shit is crazy. So like even like, when you walking down the street, something like, oh, make a right, don't make a left. Shit like that. Or you be like, whatever. But I'm going to hold on for a second. Hold on 1 second. Well, before I put you guys on hold, I'm going to advertise this, right? So on Friday, May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right, there's going to be a live virtual call that is $25, cash out payment only. It's called Beautiful Transformation, Understanding Self-Sabotaging and Creating Roadblocks and How to Stop It. Now I'm going to put you guys on hold. 1 second. Yo, what's going on? I'm back. I'm back like I never left. Yeah, I actually went and put some ice in my own because it was getting fairly warm and I wanted some ice. Like I use that little big ice cubes. So I really don't know where I left off at, but it's all good. Um, I just was on some, I don't know, I just feel like we're creating your own safe space is definitely important because there's some people out there that just really want to try you, really real talk, try you and try to make you go crazy, and it is what it is. They try to manipulate you and convince you to do certain things that you don't want to do, or like whatever. Anyway, let's focus on the intentions that we set out for ourselves and what we want our lives to be at. That's the remedy for that. Point blank. That's the remedy for that. Because at the end of the day, if you have goals, if you have intentions for yourself, it can't nobody come in and interject. Can't nobody make you feel no type of way about anything that you're doing. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I am an advocate for, pushing yourself and motivating yourself and learning from your mistakes or whatever the case may be. Right? Because yeah, we all make mistakes. Yeah, we all do things that we are not, you know what I'm saying? Let me open this one. Oh, whatever, because the sun's about to rise in a little while, and yes, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna hold you or nothing like that, but I just feel like, yeah, some people out there are like, yeah, we're not perfect at all. We're not perfect the least bit. Absolutely not. We're not perfect. You feel me? And yes, life keeps going on. Life ain't gonna stop because of nothing. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna end. Things are not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like whatever. It's not. But people want you to feel whatever way that they want you to feel, just so they can get you to be on, to do what they want you to do. If that's the case, you know, because some people are not able to speak it for themselves, and it is what it is. And there's some people out there that they can speak for themselves and advocate for themselves, and to get themselves in a different position, like and it is what it is. But I don't think that anyone should be able to. I mean, should be putting themselves down or making themselves feel some type of way. Like, what's the point of that? Like, why would you try to make yourself feel some type of way? It makes no sense, right? Like, I feel like if things don't go right, you do wrong shit, you know what I'm saying? You fall in the process, you dust yourself off, and you get back up and you proceed into what it is that you need to do. But it is what it is. But I'm about to get off of here. But I thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go live again. I'm going to try my best to be a little bit more here on this platform, but life be happening. I have a lot of things that are going on, but But if you don't hear from me on this platform, definitely go to beautifulstarpodcast.com, because everything that's going on is definitely on that website. I want all of you guys to be a part of the beautiful transformation, understanding self-sabotaging and creating roadblocks and how to stop it. This will be Friday, May 2nd, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 30 minutes. This live virtual call is only $25, and only virtual payments via Cash App is allowed. Nothing other. I'm not using nothing else right now. In the future, I might use another platform, but it is what it is. This is what I'm using. But I thank you so much for riding out with me. I'm going to go live later on today. I have a busy day today, so I'm going out. I want to vlog too, but I don't know how that's going to go. But thank you so much. Peace.